Hi, folks. Welcome back to Fallout. I'm Alec, and this is Rick, the Roach. We created him in the last episode, and now we're out of the vault, and we're trying to get out of this cave, first and foremost. But before we do that, I'm going to just familiarize myself with the interface, because it's kind of... This is 1997 UI, so, it's hard to know what's going on at first. So we have our map here. I think this just turns on, like, detail, low and high. What does that do? There's like little green dots or something. Maybe that's showing me more of the terrain. I'm actually not sure. Scanner. Okay, the motion sensor option is not installed, so we might be able to pick up something that actually enhances our map. Okay, cool. Then we have our character sheet. This is what we saw already. What is this? Oh, free skill points. Okay. At minimum level, unable to decrement it. So we have the minimum level of small guns. Great. And then we have our Pip. Our Pip-Boy 2000. This is like that thing on your wrist that, I don't know, guides you through. It's like a little computer, essentially. And I think everyone in a vault actually gets one of these for free. Well, not for free, I don't know. They're just issued one. So we have one. Okay, and it's the 5th of December, 2161. And I think this is about a century after everything happened. I've already actually checked this, so I know this for sure. But essentially, this thing was issued in January 2077. The whole manual is actually written in World. It's actually a fun read because it's all written from the perspective of someone who would survive a nuclear fallout. Here's a vault right here. So yeah, we'll be using this, but I'm not going to read through the nuclear blast. Like, there's kind of context into what's going on. But anyway, back to this. And I don't know if this is showing up, but when I alt tab to a window, you can see, look at this crazy design. But all I have to do is click escape and give it back to this to fix that. Okay. So it's 7:21 in the morning, and for some reason, clicking this bell is how you rest. So you can't rest at this location, and I believe we can't do that because there's rats roaming around. So if there's enemies in the area, you can't rest. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Things to do. This is our main objective. Get the water chip. 150 days left. And this is very important because if we don't get the water chip, as far as I know, you just lose the game outright. So the game does end if we don't find this. I have had, so I've played this game before, but I've never actually found the water chip. So we'll see if I can even do this. I really hope I can, because I don't actually know how to get it. I have some idea from previous playthroughs, but not a ton. Here's status. What does this do? All right, this just tells me my other objectives. And then there's a button missing. Maybe that's something that we can get later. Auto maps. Okay, this is another way to see the map that we saw before. This plays the video we already saw, the Overseer briefing, before we left the vault. And that's it for this menu. Okay. What else do we have? We have the skill decks. So this shows some skills that you can use in gameplay and our skill in those things. So we have sneak, lockpick, steal, traps, first aid, doctor, science, and repair. And our best one here is actually first aid, which probably will come in handy. Yeah, okay, cool. I think to sneak, you actually have to click this, and then this is how you know that you're in sneak mode. It doesn't tell you whether you're actually spotted by enemies necessarily, but we are sneaking. We're not very good at that. Only 33%. I don't think that's good. It's like baseline level of sneaking, but we're gonna try and sneak, I think, through the cave. What's this? Okay, that's just the menu. Okay, cool. I don't know what that does. That's our skill decks. I already clicked on that. Here's our HP, 28 out of 28. You can see a little rat actually coming closer to us. Let's just... Oh, okay, that actually puts me into combat mode. I don't want to do that. I want to end combat and arm myself. So this is what we have in our inventory. It also shows us kind of our attributes and then some resistance. No, this is I think this is more damage type. Armor class 8, but it's... No, I think this is like resistance to different kinds of damage. Normal, laser, fire, plasma, and explode. These are all different kinds of damage. So that's why it's listed underneath armor class. We're not armed right now. So unarmed damage 1 to 3. So let's just see what we have here, because if I right click, it turns into binoculars and I can examine this. We have a sharp-bladed cutting and stabbing weapon, minimum strength 2, so we can actually wield this. What does this do? So now I go from 1 to 3 damage to 1 to 7 damage. That's not that bad. That's an idea. But we also have a gun, which does 5 to 12 damage at a range of 25. This is a 10mm pistol. 12 out of 12 ammo and 10mm. I think this is, I want to say, jacketed hollow point. I'm not actually sure what JHP stands for. And then we can have something in our other hand too, which is kind of interesting. So we could have a knife in the other hand. Maybe we should do that. All right, and then we have, this is our actual ammunition for our pistol. Then we have some stim packs. These are like healing items. A healing chem. When injected, the chem provides immediate healing of minor wounds. And then we have 2 flares. Creates light for a short period of time. The paper is a little worn, but otherwise it is in good condition. Twist the top to activate it. It weighs 1 pound. These are actually important because in the dark, you aren't able to see as well. So you need flares to actually light up the area. And if you can't see well, then you can't hit with your weapon. So these are actually kind of important for that reason. We also have a super tool set containing various useful tools. I think we're starting with that because we have high enough repair, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, so we have our gun equipped. Now we need to actually talk about how we're gonna roleplay this, because I've just been avoiding that topic. So Rick, how is he feeling now that he's out of the vault? Like, he is probably terrified, to be honest, because he's grown up in this really isolated, safe area, and now he's going out into the unknown. So I feel like he's probably gonna have to arm himself. Like, he's probably gonna use a gun. He's gonna feel safest with a gun. I don't know if he knows how to use the gun super well. In fact, he doesn't, right? 33%, not amazing. He actually knows how to use the knife and just punch with his fist. That's what unarmed is. Better than he does with a gun. So maybe it actually makes more sense for him to, like, he feels more comfortable using a knife instead. Plus, maybe we want to save our bullets in case we really need them. So maybe Rick he's a survivor, so he's saving these for a time where he really needs to use these things. But there's nothing for it. We have to leave. We have to start walking. Let's examine this skeleton here first. The skeleton had another knife. Cool. We can probably sell that, right? Like, that's just an extra knife. I don't think we would want to... We have one already. And then we also have 10mm armor piercing. Okay, so I think these do also work with my pistol because they're 10mm, but they're good against enemies who have armor. So that's a nice find. There was a skeleton just right at the door of the vault. Someone who probably was trying to get in from the outside and then just couldn't do it. Can we get back in? Let me back in. You use the door computer. The computer does not recognize your access code, so we're out of luck. There's nowhere to go. This large door is the link between the vault and the outside world. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna start walking. First order of business is to get out of this cave. Wow, we're somehow still sneaking next to that thing. So I need to walk towards this Rat. She looks unhurt. Okay, so we're gonna try and just attack. I have a 46% chance to hit. Oh, I actually did. And I'm out of movement points. Okay, so just back up. I was hit for 3. Missing. Oh, this is not good. Hit for another 1. There we go. Okay. That was Rick's first kill. Again, he's terrified. Like, he's missing. He's swinging his weapon and he's missing most of the time. He's killed 1 rat. Okay. And the combat. You are victorious in combat. You earn 25 experience points. Wow. Okay. Where does it show? Next level, 1,000. So quite a lot of experience needed to actually hit the next level. Yeah, and I don't think rats are going to carry anything on their bodies either. So do we even want to kill all of these rats? I'm not sure. He's going really carefully, really slowly, because he doesn't even know how to get out of here. I assume we need to go this way. Like, this is the exit, maybe. But maybe we should explore, like, while we're here. Like, he's in no hurry to actually leave the safety, relative safety of the cave, right? So it's mainly just rats. Oh, cave rat missed. Oh, he's terrible. This is what I wanted, right? 7 hit points. I think he got a lucky swing there. I guess I'm just farming right now for experience. Can I look at? No, not everything can be looked at. Oh, stalagmite. Okay. There's probably a lot of stuff that I'm missing here, right? Like, because you can actually use your skills on a lot of the things in the environment, or use items. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. A natural extension of the rock floor. See, it's just like Quest for Glory. You can look at stalagmites, stalactites. Oh god, here we go. More rats. It spent all of its action points getting. So there is another. I think if you right click on this, then this turns into a targeted thing. And then I think I can actually, this is the VATS system. Probably familiar for to people from Fallout 3, but like I can aim at different parts of the animal with higher chances to hit some of them. So it's easiest to hit the body, right? 45. The eyes are very difficult to hit, only 15. And I don't exactly know how all of this works. Like, but I'm not in terms of the math, I don't know exactly what this means. If this is percentage chance to hit, I think it is. I think it is. So if I don't use this system, I think I automatically just go for the body. Rick is not a, he's not a very precise, he's not a fighter. So I think he's just going to try and hit it, wherever he can hit it. He's not going to go for like these precise attacks. Oh, and I actually can thrust or swing. Interesting. Maybe thrust is better? I don't know. I'm curious about this now. I don't know if this is going to be in here. Thrust. Valid attack type. Single burst, swing, thrust, throw. Okay, interesting. Most melee weapons can be used in one of 2 ways, with swing being the most typical attack. Swinging weapons have a base damage, plus they get a bonus from your strength, so not amazing. I probably should not be using a melee weapon, actually. The melee damage stat will add to the base damage of the weapon. The higher the melee damage, the more damage you are assured of doing. Some melee weapons can also be thrusted. Oh, there's no practical difference between swing and thrust. So why did they even add that then? What's the point of that? I could punch and kick. Maybe that's actually... Maybe that's better for him right now. Or should I just use the gun? I'm not going to use the gun. I just don't think it makes sense. I think he's worried that he's going to need to use the gun for, like, people or, more terrifying enemies. These are just rats. Okay, so end combat there. There's a bunch more rats down this way. What I'm doing right now is he's exploring. I think Rick is going to be a very thorough guy. He's going to explore as much as he can and move slowly because he might find things that he can sell. He's actually doing okay here. He's starting to gain a little bit of confidence, right? Like, here we got another one coming up here. I think he's feeling pretty pleased with himself, to be honest. Oops. Well. Come on. There we go. This is the most things he's ever killed in his life. Maybe he's killed something inside the vault, I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. Remember, he's good-natured. Which means that he's not trained in combat. He's a lover, not a fighter. First aid, doctor, speech, and barter. Yeah, very good. That's just more interesting to me, right? Okay, let's regain. The reason I'm ending combat, by the way, is because I want to save my action points, and I think I regain them. There's a rat down there. I just can't see it. There it is. Trying to get as close to it as possible. There we go. 46. Oh no. Well. And it missed. Action-packed. Okay, one hit for 4. There we go. Nice. Yeah, so, slowly gaining. I've got 150 already. Like, that's pretty good just for killing rats. So I'm not seeing anything else in this area, though. Which makes sense, right? If this guy died here, whoever this was, he probably already was searching this area. So Rick doesn't really expect to find anything right now. Oh, if I double-click, I can run. Okay. It's kind of a funny animation. Alright. Cave wall. See nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. Alright, I think this is this room done. It had like 4 rats in it. I don't have any stamina, which is kind of interesting, right? Like there's no... It's just hit points and that's all I have to worry about. In Quest for Glory, I had to worry about maintaining my stamina. I think I see another rat down here. The nice thing about going into combat mode is you can see the red outline of everything, so that's kind of nice. So, can't do this. I don't actually know how I throw things. Okay, it's coming. I think this agility is coming in handy. Because I think Rick is just able to... He's kind of a nimble guy. Can't carry as much, but you're more agile. So I think he's actually just stepping out of the way of these rats, which are just biting his feet, I guess. There we go. Cool. Bit by bit. It's just crawling with rats. Just go carefully. I guess he's not sneaking anymore. Let's turn that back on. That's something I actually think I would want to raise. Sneak. If I can, because it feels like... What is that? Why did it squeak at me? Come on. Ooh, 4 hit points. Ouch. Alright. Just keep going here. End your turn. So it's using all of its action points to actually get to me. go. I don't know how many hit points these things have, like 6 each or something. It's kind of an interesting, it's actually a hex system. They look kind of flattened, but it is a hex system rather than a tile system, so it's kind of cool the way that that's set up. The way Rick sees it, right, is that if he clears out these rats, it'll be safer coming back as well. And also for any of the vault dwellers who might need to leave. So this is like, you know, his first good deed. He has no real reason to be doing this, I think. I think he's just trying to raise his confidence. There's a large amount of rat feces in this area. Go. He's procrastinating. I think he doesn't want to actually leave the vault. So he's taking his sweet ass time leaving from there because he's terrified of going outside. He doesn't know what's out there. That thing didn't see me. Oops. Probably should not have done that. I don't know. Would you feel more confident killing rats after killing rats? It's a pretty classic start actually to a quest, right? Clear out the rodents, whatever they are. Most RPGs have something like this at the start, like something really basic for an adventurer. Uh-oh. I want to check out these bones. Maybe there's something on them. Okay. But, you know, better combat already than Quest for Glory. Cave rat missed. I've started this game before as as a more combat centric character, and I can tell that this is bad. It's not a good start combat wise. Wow, he's just whiffing all these. There we go. So we're at 10 HP now. So I think we actually may need to, so let me try this now. Can I use first aid on myself? Oh. You heal 3 hit points, you earn 25 XP for honing your skills. That's cool. I like that a lot, actually. So I'm actually earning experience points for using my skills, but because the screen went dark there for a second, I think actually some time passed. Not a ton of time. Looks like half an hour or so. And I didn't actually heal a ton. A large pile of bleached animal bones. At least you think all the bones are animal. Good. I think that might be this room done as well. Anything else? Not seeing anything in here. Okay. So let's check out just this corner and see if there's any little secrets. Yeah, he's a perceptive guy. Perception very good. It's not amazing, but it's decent enough. So he is going to be sniffing out valuables wherever they might be. This feels very different, by the way, from playing Quest for Glory. I'm much more on edge than I was when I played that game because I don't know this as well. Looks like I stopped sneaking. I don't know why. 13 health. Take another rat, right? Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. I want it to come to me. Is it? Why isn't it coming to me? Come here. It's not even moving. It wants to... Okay. It's not it's not moving. I'm trying to get it to waste its action points, but I don't think that strategy worked out. And then I took 3 damage anyway. Okay. So we're at 10 again. So I don't know what the limit on first aid actually is. Let's try to do this again. Okay. I heal 5 hit points. Pretty good. Okay. So I'm back at 15 HP. That's pretty valuable first aid. Why does Rick know how to do this? Why is he good at patching himself up? Is he good at patching other people up? Who knows? Step behind this, and then... Maybe I should try unarmed. But I think I do less damage. Okay. Nice. He just tossed up the knife in victory. I don't think there's anywhere else to go except but out, Rick. So, I hope you're ready for it. All right. This is probably the last rat. Hit point. Take it. It's fine. Okay. I think that's it. I don't think there's any more. All right. We made it. Sneaking just to be sure. This. He's probably blinded by the light at this point. Is that something there? To the west, you can see a natural light. For the first time in your life, you are looking at the outside world. Yeah, it would be a bit like Han Solo in Return of the Jedi. Like, he just cannot see at all for a while. I don't think that actually makes any difference. I think these might be horned kangaroo bones, but you cannot be sure. They are too weathered to make a final determination. Alright, exit grid. Before I go out, I'm gonna save. Looks like I saved here before. Killed rats. How many rats did I kill? I think it actually does record how many rats I killed somewhere in the game. Killed rats. Where does it do that? I feel like it does somewhere. I don't know. Maybe here? Oh yeah, it kills. I killed 20 rats. A counter that keeps track of the type and numbers of creatures you have slaughtered or have seen killed in your presence. And then what's this? Karma. You can gain karma for decisions you make. Wow. Alright, well, so Rick is feeling pretty, he's gotta go, right? Might as well now. The only place we know to go that the Overseer recommended is Vault 15, which is to the right. So these will fill out with other locations that we find. So we're here. Let's head to Vault 15. And then you actually travel in real time. It's taking us, look, like days to actually get there. What's this, though? Something along the way. What time is it? Welcome to Shady Sands, stranger. Please holster that weapon while you are here. To the south, you see an adobe wall surrounding a peaceful-looking village. So, he wanted me to holster the weapon. Happily. I will happily do this. So he's actually found some kind of civilization here. What time is it? It's 9:61. Oh, sorry, no, it's midnight. Nearly 1 a.m. Wow. Okay. Well, this is a big surprise. He did not expect this. Who's this? Seth, leader of the guards of Shady Sands. Katrina, she has a very pretty smile. All right. So he's the guy who actually talked to us. Good day. I am called Seth. How can I help you? I'd like some information, honestly. What is this? Okay, this reviews the whole dialogue history then. Um, these things I can barter. I think you can barter with pretty much anyone that you click on in the game. And then this allows you to actually type in specific topics, which is kind of interesting. If there's specific things that we want to ask about, then we could click on this. But we don't have that yet, really. Information, what do you want to know about? Well, I want to know about this place. Shady Sands is a peaceful community. We have our own irrigation system so we can grow our own food. If we were not plagued with raiders and rad scorpions, we would have no problems. I'm actually going to start to keep track of maybe some topics for later. These are just things like that we can ask about. So Shady Sands village to the east of Vault 13. We have irrigation system, I guess. I don't know. Maybe something to inquire about. And then we have raiders. There's raiders out here. And also, what the hell are rad scorpions? Whoops. That's what I get for doing that. 1 second, I want to see if that's yeah, it is actually showing up like that on my OBS. Okay, well, that's not. Oh no, what did I click? I clicked either rad scorpions or raiders, but I need to be careful about doing this inside the dialogue interface because I can't quickly exit out. I have to like paint the screen back together. All right, you should speak to Aradesh, our leader. He likes to meet all of our visitors. He should be in our town hall, the building to the south. I think it has something to do with just refreshing the frame rate. Aradesh seems to be the guy in charge. I want to talk to him again, though, before I do that. So, rad scorpions. Those damn rad scorpions have been after our Brahmin since we moved here. Not a week goes by that someone doesn't get poisoned trying to keep them out of the pens. Last week they took my brother Jarvis. Raslo, our doctor, is looking for an antidote as quickly as he can. Hey, if you have the means to help us, why don't you talk to our leader, Aradesh? So this might be a first quest. I don't really want to go to the Rad Scorpion Caves, to be honest. I feel like Rick would need something in it for him. Like, if we help them, what does that actually get us if they don't have a water chip? So, we're not going there. I don't feel good about that. Shady Sands is a peaceful community. We have our... Oh, yeah, okay, we asked about that. Raiders. There are several groups of raiders. I organize guards, like Ian, to help fight them off. There is one band to the southeast of here. Watch out for them. Okay, I will. Nothing else, thanks. But actually, can you tell me about a water chip? He's going to ask everyone about this. Sorry, I can't help you. Do you even know about Vault 13? Sorry, no clue. What about Vault 15? Nope, he doesn't know shit. Okay. Does he have anything to barter? What's this? Oh, this is like the currency, right? Bottle caps. This bag holds your bottle caps. Well, we could sell our extra knife. Actually, a rope seems pretty useful, too. A strong, thick line, about 45 feet in length. Okay. Take this. I would get $40 or 40 bottle caps in exchange, but how much would... 19. Okay, nice. To make this even, I guess, give me 21 caps in exchange. And hopefully because I have a high barter, I should be able to... I'm actually... Can I get it for more than what is offered? No, your offer is not good enough. Okay. How about this then, if you just balance it? Okay, that's a good trade. So I'm not exactly sure. It must only affect like the price people are willing to give me. I think that's what it is. Okay, so I sold the extra knife. I feel good about that. Got rope and some caps. Rick is like, wow, these people are barbarians. Alright, I think that's all that we have here. I just want to refresh my memory here because I want to write a few other things down too. So they took his brother, Jarvis. There's a Dr. Raslo, and then it's killing something called Brahmin. Okay, let me just make a note of this. So the Raiders, they have a camp to the southeast of Shady Sands. And then the Rad Scorpions killed Seth's brother, Jarvis. Raslo, the doctor, Sadie Sands, is looking for an antidote. Okay. Haradush is like the chief of Sadie Sands. Okay, cool. All right, interesting. Let's talk to this woman and then maybe actually rest. Welcome to Shady Sands, traveler. My name is Katrina. My job is to greet strangers and help them understand our village. We find that there are fewer problems if you listen to what I have to say. Please help me. I don't think Rick is gonna put on a strong face. I think even if he's like physically weak, I think he's not going to admit that he is. I think he's a good talker, so he's not gonna. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna say that. Tell me more about yourself. My life was very boring. I was raised in a vault, just like us. I lived there for many years. Unfortunately, we were crowded and life was very bad. There was a schism and many people left, taking with them the best equipment. Still, some of us tried to stay in the vault, but then we were attacked. I was hurt and I ended up here. Now I try to help people. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, what should I do if I get hurt? Actually, see, we healed fully when we traveled. So that's to do with our healing rate as time just goes by. So we didn't actually rest. We just regain hit points as time passes, which I guess makes sense. I think you can actually get injured, though. Like, you can hurt parts of your body that will not heal, and that's where you need to use the doctor skill. So the rats didn't get to us, though. All right, where was this vault of yours? Oh, it's where we want to go. It was Vault 15. It is due east of here. We tried to make contact with some other vaults, but we always failed. I think it was the raiders who attacked my fellow dwellers. Be careful. Where can I... Well, tell me about this place first. You were standing in Shady Sands. We are but a small town in a large world. We just want to be left alone. Besides some mutated animals and other creatures of the desert, only the raiders give us trouble. Aradesh is our leader. He is in the large central house. Speak to him. Okay. What about the rest of the world? Very curious about that, actually. I know very little of the outside world. I escaped from a vault when it was attacked. Unfortunately, I was very hurt and do not remember much of what happened. But Dharma was watching over me, and I was found by the people of Shady Sands. I live here now. Have you spoken with Ian yet? He is a merchant guard who was hurt. He is recovering in the guardhouse over there. She points to the east. He's more widely traveled than I. Interesting. There's like an outsider who we may want to talk to. Ian. Okay. What should I do if I get hurt? Well, if you can't get to a doctor, you will need to heal yourself. Stim packs are a common healing item. Use them on yourself to heal minor wounds. First aid is a slower method, but it is always available. For major wounds, like a broken leg, you will need to use doctor skill. Right, that's just kind of what I was saying earlier. Where can I get some better equipment? You will have to do like we do, scavenge it or trade for it. And if you are attacked, your foes might provide equipment if you live long enough to loot them. We are a peaceful community, so we mostly barter or trade for the items we cannot produce. Tell me more about that. Oh, I just got 250 experience from just asking her about this stuff. That's great. I really like this. So, like, I feel like I'm getting experience not just from combat, but from, like, just playing the game the way that I want. So I really like that. Like, that's a ton of XP. Okay, bartering is the exchange of goods. You give me some items, and I give you items in trade. Since you initiated the barter, I will let you pick and choose what you want. But the deal must be one that I think I will like. So you will probably want to give me more valuable goods that you don't need in exchange for less expensive things that you want. And if you don't have enough items to trade, there are always caps. Bottle caps are the only common money found out here. The caps are backed by the merchants of the hub, so you can trade them anywhere. Lots of things going on then. That's all for now, thanks. Actually, I did want to ask her about... Oh. As a matter of fact, yes, my old home, Vault 15, had a water chip. I haven't been there since I was hurt, but you might find what you were looking for there. Someone said that they tried to go to the vault to have a look around, but it was dark and the elevator was broken. I hope you're better prepared. So dark means what? We need flares, maybe? And if the elevator is broken, we need another way down, which maybe the rope will do. And then I think that's kind of it. I had a few other things I wanted to ask about, like the hub. She doesn't know what that is. Vault 15. Never heard of it, really? Okay. Maybe it's because I spelled it like that. Okay, no. Rad scorpions. Wow, okay, this isn't very useful, is it? Seth? He works with Aradesh to make sure we are safe. He's the leader of our community and a true hero. You can always find him at work in the communal hall. How about Ian? Okay, she doesn't know quite a lot then. Okay, I think I'm done with that. That's all for now, thanks. And I'm actually at my time, so before I do that, I just want to take a few other notes here. Oops. Rad scorpions. This is kind of like connected with Shady Sands, I think. There's also some guy named Ian. Merchant Guard might know about the world. Katrina. She was greeting people at the gate. She was from Vault 15, which is really interesting. So that's weird for Rick to meet another Vault Dweller, I think, who's now just living out, choosing to live. Well, not choosing. I think they just fared worse than Vault 13 is still alive and kicking, essentially, but the other Vault failed. And what was there? There was something else here I was going to type. Ian the Merchant Guard. The Hub. We heard about some place called the Hub. The Hub backs bottle cap currency. So that's kind of interesting too. And then Vault 15 is where we're probably going to try and head next, right? Dark and elevator is broken. You know what? I don't think I need this up here. Pick the roach. I don't even think I need that either. I have this stuff. These are this is what I want. Okay. So there's some place called the Hub. There's a raider camp to the southeast of Shady Sands. We want to avoid this. I don't think we want to attack them. And yeah, I think that's it. There's something called Brahmin. Attacked our Brahmin. Cool. All right. Last thing I wanted to do is just check my XP. I'm very close to actually going up a level, which is cool. All right. So yeah, I think next time we will sleep here. Spoilers. Don't look at that, I guess. Shady Sands. Yeah, next time we'll go to sleep. We'll talk to Aradesh. Maybe we'll go check out the Rad Scorpions. I don't know if we're gonna do that. I'm not sure if Rick has faith in his capabilities quite yet. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.